broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. Yeah. What's on the other side?
I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay, see the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Welcome back to the We Are City channel for more live action, more match day live streams. It's Manchester City versus Newcastle United today. Away go Manchester City to Newcastle and North East to face a side that are not really in the best of form, are they, in the Premier League? And Manchester City come here knowing this could be a big game. We play before Arsenal today, who will face off against Tottenham Hotspur in the North London derby. It was a big talking point on Sky Sports this week, and of course, that is where I have been this week. I have been on Sky Sports, live from the Sky Sports studio. Absolutely incredible experience, and there was lots of really amazing fans there as well to join me. No Newcastle fan, unfortunately, to talk about this game, the upcoming game, but hopefully Manchester City are the side that come out on top today. There's been some other results in the Premier League, so I'll just run through to start things off. So a 2-0 win for Chelsea away at Burnley. Bournemouth 2-0 down at half-time to Nuno Espirito Santos. West Ham United come back to finish 2-2. Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Jack Hinchelwood's 84th minute winner. Fulham beat Sunderland by 1-0. Raul Jimenez scores in the 84th minute. Sunderland's winning streak or undefeated streak comes to an end. Nottingham Forest go away to Anfield and get a 3-0 win over Liverpool. That was a shock one. I've been watching that just before this one. Palace 2, Wolves 0. Crystal Palace in good form. I mean, Wolves certainly not. And the Premier League table is obviously looking a little bit different than it was before. Arsenal, of course, still top. Chelsea move up ahead of Manchester City into second. Crystal Palace into fourth place. And also Brighton in fifth. So the table changing week in, week out. Wolves still bottom on 2 points. I mean, Burnley have got at least 10. That shows how bad Wolves are. Newcastle United down in 15 on only 12 points. They have not had an amazing start to the season by any means. We're here to cover all the action as it happens today. And hopefully, for us, the City fans, the action is a Manchester City win. So the two sides are on your screen now. We'll run through them all. We've got Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal for Manchester City. It's been Matheus Nunes, Ruben Diaz, Joško Vardiol and Nico Riley, the back four. A very expected back four for Manchester City. City using those fullbacks with physicality and also their defensibility. And those fullbacks have been sort of the issue going into the season, haven't they? But in fact, they have been absolutely amazing in that sense. Better than we could ever expected. It's then Captain Bernardo Silva and Nico Ranvella's in for the injured. Of course, Rodri's still out. Pep Guardiola still uncertain when he will return. And also Phil Foden. So City's captain in there, Bernardo Silva. Tijani Reinders had started every Premier League game until the game at home against Bournemouth. And he hasn't started a game since, which sort of shows where he's following the pecking order for Pep Guardiola. And maybe that is something to do with his front line, because Ryan Shaqiri starts once again. I expect him to drop out. I was on Finalysis and I did say I thought that Ryan Shaqiri would drop out today. I thought that Reinders would start the midfield and Bernardo Silva off the right-hand side. But no, Pep Guardiola goes with Shaqiri on the right, Doc on the left, and Erling Haaland through the middle. As for Newcastle, they're going to go like this. So Nick Pope starts in goal. Return to the side is a Manchester City target over the summer. Tino Livramento, Fabian Schär, Malik Chow, and also Lewis Hall, former Chelsea man, in there in that back four. It's the mid three that brings that intensity, aggression, and so on in Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali, captained by the Brazilian, who Manchester City themselves really, I think, wanted to sign, didn't they? Then a front three of Jacob Murphy, Harvey Barnes, no Gordon, Anthony Gordon not deemed fit, and then finally it is Nick Waltemada up top, who we expected to be man in there, didn't we, Nick Waltemada, and he is in there once again. City's bench is Trafford, Reinders, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Omar Mouche, Reinight Nuri, Savinho, Kasanov and Oscar Bob. And City's bench looks just so much stronger than that Newcastle one. Ramsdale, Botman, Alanga, Willock and Murphy, Ramsey, Neve and Miley. I mean, that two completely contrasting benches there, and it shows the situation that both sides are in. Now, I did write a pre-match report on Finalysis. If you want to be part of Finalysis, you can head over to the Google Play or the Apple Store, and you can download Finalysis, and you can apply to be on there as long if you are over the age of 18. Have your say on your team. It is the place to be. It's powered and in connection with, of course, Sky Sports, and on there you can rate the players after a game, you can write your opinions, and so on. The Ghost and Twitch is here, of course, and Matthew Briggs here as well. Great to see you both, and hopefully we can have a really good game today as we approach kickoff. Kickoff is not too far away, just over 5 minutes away. But in my pre-match analysis, where I did talk about, of course, the way things are between Manchester City and between Newcastle, how things are looking, how things might be, that is what my intention was. So I'll actually just read through a little bit to you, just so you can get some idea what you can write for analysis. You can write, you know, your opinions and so on. And I wrote for analysis this, and I think this sort of sums it up. So, a trip away to St James's Park today for Manchester City, knowing the pressure will be on at the top, independent, of course, of Arsenal's result in the North London derby. And as before the game, Pep Guardiola has confirmed that City will be without Rodri for this away trip, with a return date unconfirmed. So that is big, isn't it? No Rodri again for City. But luckily, City have found their mini Rodri, haven't we? And Nico Gonzalez. And Nico has proved pivotal to City's performances recently in Rodri's absence. And I don't think his part in the current City side is appreciated enough. And I made that clear on Sky Sports on Wednesday. I said that, is there any unsung heroes in the Premier League? I said Nico Gonzalez. We talk about how big Rodri is for Manchester City. Well, without without Rodri in the side, Nico Gonzalez has certainly stepped up. I mean, last season we saw how dysfunctional City side were without Rodri. And the Ballon d'Or winner was the Harvey of City's team. It ripped it out and leaving everything. It did feel pretty unbalanced, didn't it? And Nico Gonzalez has really steadied the ship at Manchester City. And he'll need to do the same today because he's coming up against a very aggressive midfield three in Joelinton, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes. And of course, a midfield three that thrive playing those balls in behind and driving forward in transition. Goes to which is what I think is funny is our bench at Rangers 4 and Stones 5, Ake 6, Mamish 7 tonight, New Egypt to 21. The kit numbers, yeah, I suppose the lower numbers, of course, are starting. Now, it was expected that Anthony Gordon would start today. I mean, Newcastle's front line hasn't been firing. They spent a lot of money on Johan Visser. He's yet to make an appearance to them. And then he's going to go to AFCON. So that is crazy. They could have actually got him on a free transfer in the end of it. Gordon has proved his quality. I mean, not in there today, but consistency is probably all that he is lacking. And Walter-Mada, who I expected to lead the line, and he is in there today. And I spoke about how Walter-Mada and Erling Haaland both standing at similar height, really. Big. I mean, Haaland's 6'5", Walter-Mada's 6'6", but completely different profile player, aren't they? You know, both like to use their physicality well, but the German international, he really brings an elegance of technical efficiency on the ball, which is rarely seen from a big man. That sort of similarity maybe to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Whereas Haaland's biggest asset is, you know, running behind his blistering pace and extreme power. Walter-Mada, he likes to drop deep. He likes to link up with that play, carry the ball into tight space if necessary. He, and support with Gordon or Barnes as it is today, will be an interesting battle for Diaz and Joško Vardiol. Tuesday, best night of my life, says the Ghost and Twitchy. Of course, Scotland doing absolutely amazing, and the atmosphere seems absolutely amazing here today at St James's Park as well, as it always is. The biggest battle for City side today going to the North East, other than the aggressive and highly combative, intense midfield of that Bruno Guimaraes. Tonali and Joelinton midfield three will be equally as intense and aggressive 50,000 Newcastle United fans driving their side on from the sidelines. And City need to make sure they weather the storm early on and they keep them quiet. A few early goals will be really massive. A dream start for City, but despite Newcastle's poor form, that seems pretty unlikely. I feel Pep Guardiola would go on conservative today and drop Ryan Aït-Nouri and then and not drop Aït-Nouri, so drop Ryan Cherki and put Bernard on the right. I got the team right. I did on for analysis. I predicted the team, barring one. I said Bernardo on the right, Rangers in the middle. It's actually Cherki on the right and Bernardo Silva in the middle. Andrew's predicted 3-1 win there. Thank you so much for identifying Margarito, says Matthew Briggs. I've just scored a winner and I did Classica for my Dortmund career mode today. Yes, well, he's a very good player, isn't he, Margarito? So hopefully he can make the impact on City. I really hope so. That's the way things have got to be for Manchester City, and hopefully it does go that way. Who's to say it won't? Who's to say it won't? With Margarito joining Manchester City, it looks like it could be possible. So 3-0 prediction from United. I predicted 4-1 on Finalysis, where you can make your predictions as well. And how come the two sides in the tunnel here today? 7 years since Newcastle United last got a win against Manchester City, and that is a big stat for today's game, which I think is worth mentioning, actually, that stat, because I was looking at some of the stats before the game. The last 5 meetings between the clubs have been 3 wins for City, 1 draw for City, and then a win for Newcastle United. So City's results would be 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss against Newcastle in the last 5. The last win for Newcastle come in 2023 in the League Cup, not in the league, and in fact, Newcastle have only won 1 in their last 35 meetings against Manchester City. Their last win was in 2019, a 2-1 win under Rafa Benitez. How long ago is that? That is a very long time ago, isn't it? And City have got to obviously keep Nick Walter-Mada quiet, but really, eyes are on Erling Haaland, who's got 32 goals in his last 20 games for Manchester City. He's projected to get over 100 goals this season, if you include him going to the World Cup. And that is something that was spoke about, of course, on Sky on Wednesday. I was there and we had a vote. on the FC show, and I voted yes, he could get 100 goals this season, and quite a few other fans did as well. I have to say, the confidence from other Premier League fans in Manchester City is actually really nice to see. Maybe it makes it a little bit overconfident. So, Tito Livramento returns to that Newcastle side today, that right back. He wasn't expected to start today or be in the squad today. Eddie Howe described it in his press conference as touch and go. He is in there. Anthony Gordon deemed not fully fit at all. And of course, Newcastle in that back line, Malik Tior and Fabian Schär partner. They're without captain and local lad Dan Burn, who is missing due to suspension after the red card in the last one. This is going to be a good game. Newcastle physical side, they rely on set pieces. Manchester City not so good at set pieces. In fact, City are one of the lowest goal scorers from set pieces this season, tied with just only 1 goal from set pieces this year alongside Liverpool. So, City team out on the field, captained by Bernardo Silva, and it's exciting to see Ryan Cherki in today. What can he do? Sophie is in the chat. She says hello. A 2-1 win predicted from her for Manchester City. Let's have to see if that's the case. I mean, a big win for City would be nice. That's what we want. And that puts a bit more pressure on that North London derby, doesn't it? Arsenal, who will be without, of course, their key man in defence. Surprised to say not Saliba, but in fact Gabriel. Gabriel is expected to miss 2 months with a hamstring injury picked up on international duty for Brazil, which seems to be a frustrating one for Arsenal. Well, a very frustrating one for Arsenal. It'll be a big test for them, actually. Matthew Briggs says this is Hall's first game back from injury. I think it could be as well. And actually, that Newcastle side is looking a lot stronger than it did before the international break, with Hall and Livramento back in those fullback areas. I mean, City's fullbacks have been great this season, but I have to say, I think Livramento is probably one of the best fullbacks in the country, isn't he? But City now being linked with a different right back going into the January transfer window. A man who is being linked with Bayern Munich as well, and also Liverpool. It's Jivaro Reid. City could make a move for the Dutchman at Feyenoord. He is, according to Fabrizio Romano, one of City's top targets going into January. So Manchester City versus Newcastle. Without a win against City since 2019. But yeah, I still do have some reservations going into this one, despite my prediction being a 4-1 win. The Ghost and Switch wants Cambiasso. I mean, he's been fantastic for Juventus at right back. Could have been a City player. I don't quite know why City didn't go ahead with that deal. I think it was the money that Juve were asking for in the end. So City in the blue today. Newcastle United in, of course, their home black and white stripes. Manchester City looking for another win after a big win at the end of the international break against Liverpool, who have once again fought their 3-0 defeat to City with a 3-0 win. Athletic Club have lost 4-0, says Matthew Briggs, to Barcelona. Good result for Barca. Well, congratulations to them. I think that'll be an interesting side to race, won't it, in La Liga? It certainly will do. Harvey Barnes might play for Scotland as goals on Twitch. I don't think he can. Or has he already played for England? If not, then he's got a chance. Donnarumma with a slack pass here early on to Foden. A chance for Harvey Barnes and a save by Donnarumma. But what a terrible start by Manchester City. 32 seconds in, Donnarumma rolls into Phil Foden. He's closed down aggressively by Joelinton, who fouls him. Referee said no, Barnes hits one, Donnarumma makes a save. But that is very poor from Donnarumma and Phil Foden. City have got to be more careful on that. Good start by Newcastle United. City nearly punished within the opening seconds. And that shows the physicality, aggressiveness of the opposition midfield. We know that. Showing it there, closing down Foden very quickly. Joelinton. Lewis Hall sends one long in behind Harvey Barnes. They're in behind City's defence again. It's going all the way through to Donnarumma, but 2 opening chances for Newcastle. We've started this game very lively. Nunez. Tackled by Lewis Hall, won back by Bernardo Silva. Cherki, Foden. Nico. Oh, lovely feet by Nico Gonzalez. Absolutely fantastic from the midfielder. Newcastle have started with some real intensity here. And Tonali's pressing Bernardo Silva on the edge of City's box. Very aggressively. Vardy, Nico O'Reilly. Lovely spin on Murphy into Doku, who's playing centrally again. Jeremy Doku. He's forgot the ball, but he's managed to find Nico. I tell you what, Newcastle on full court press here. And the fans are right behind them for it. They flick on by Bernardo. It's straight back towards Newcastle. Here's Guimaraes. Joelinton holds his body away from Phil Foden. Giving away to Jeremy Doku. That's poor. And Doku, the ball through to Haaland here. And Newcastle are open. And Erling Haaland takes it around the goalkeeper, as you know. He scuffs his chance at on-rushing Nick Pope. What a chance. Haaland should probably score there. Well, Doku completely cuts open Newcastle with a pass. Haaland's gone in behind. Newcastle lost him. Pope came quick, and Haaland scuffs his chance. If he catches the ball properly, he scores there. I think that's a bad miss from Erling Haaland there. Just panicked, kicks it into the grass and puts it behind for a goal kick. Should be 1-0, could be 1-1. The game feels open at the start. Should be 1-1 in the opening 3 minutes, says Matthew. Yeah, both sides have missed great chances. Diaz loses out to Jolinton in the air. Matheus Nunes hooks it away as far as Lewis Haaland out for a throw-in. Well, what a big game we've got in store today. Already it feels like this could be a bit of a cracker. Foden started with a real intensity. Well, let's do a commentary to the Sky Sports as the Ghost on Twitch. Thank you very much, though. That would be great to maybe one day do that. Maybe Sky will have me commentating, but I don't think so. Maybe I'm not impartial enough, but I wouldn't say Jamie Carragher or Gary Neville are either at times. Here's Gianluigi Donnarumma. Plays that long ball forward here towards Foden. It's headed away by Guimaraes, but only as far as Shirky in the centre. Shirky. Tackle, but he gets it into Vardiol. O'Reilly. Nico. City trying to get their foothold in the game. Doku's playing very centrally here, and he's given it away. Bit sloppy from Doku. Bit sloppy from Doku, and Shirky are playing very, very, very narrow at the moment. Shirky's literally playing alongside Erling Haaland, and Nunes is playing like a right winger. Bernardo Silva. Nico. Bernardo and Nico and Foden playing sort of as three tight together. It's a similar sort of tactic that we've seen Pep use against Newcastle before, and it's worked before. Nico O'Reilly. Back towards Bernardo Silva. Nico, Bernardo. And Doku's drifting back out left now. And O'Reilly's gone inside. And that leaves space for Doku. Foden. Ball to Shirky. O'Reilly. Good play by City. Nico O'Reilly should go wide to Jeremy Doku, which he does do eventually. Doku under pressure. Doku gets a ball into the box here. Shirky pulled down by Jolinton to the box, who brings it away. Voltemada. Really aggressive defending from Joshko Vardiol. Haaland with a header with Chow. City can't keep it. Foden a bit sloppy. And there's Jolinton. Reaction to Bayern 6. Freiburg 2. Oh, Doku with a sliding challenge. Well played, Doku once again. Foden out muscle in the midfield. It's a few ball touches from Foden to start this one. Tonali left and Nunes wins it back. And off Tonali throwing City. Yeah, I mean, Bayern Munich look like the side to beat in Europe, I think, this season, don't they? They've been absolutely incredible in the Bundesliga. Absolutely incredible. Vincent Kompany doing a fantastic job there. Shirky. Doku. Shirky wanted it back. Doku didn't go back to him. He was frustrated. Was Shirky. Bernardo Silva. Back into Doku. City feel like they can create havoc at the moment. Here's Shirky. Shirky through to Haaland here. Erling Haaland in behind. Haaland back across the box. Livramento puts it behind for a corner. But there is Ryan Shirky unlocking defences once again. Plays the ball in behind. Threads it through. And Erling Haaland has a shot. Now the Ghost on Twitch is a minute ahead, so don't spoil things. Yeah, thank you very much for not spoiling things. If you are a few moments ahead. Unfortunately, that sometimes that's how it works. Corner ball for Manchester City. Cross the coming from Shirky on the right foot. It's crossed in. There's a foul in there. There's a Newcastle player down. The referee is actually saying it's going to be a retake of the free kick, which Fabian Schär is not happy with. We'll have to see what happens here. It's Ruben Diaz and Fabian Schär. Bit of a pushy match there between the players. Well, the referee says it's not a foul. Just don't do it again. And they will let City retake again. And Ryan Shirky with a chance again. Whether he takes a corner from the left or right, he can take with the right foot, he can take the left foot. Crossing by Shirky. Body's in there, headed away by Jolinton. Behind for another corner to Manchester City. Like I said before the game, City have only scored one goal from a set piece this season. The lowest out of all the Premier League teams, tied with, of course, Liverpool. Liverpool not quite as physical as Newcastle. They're very good at set pieces. Here's Shirky, good feet. Shirky with a shot with the right foot. In towards a near post, saved easily. Comfortably by Nick Pope. When will Diaz score again? It's been over 3 hours since his last City goal, says Matthew Briggs. You know what's strange about Diaz? Every time he goes up for a corner or a set piece, he always looks dangerous, but then when the ball comes to him, he tends to not head it particularly well. Nico, Shirky, out towards O'Reilly. Nico again. O'Reilly. Vardy will be making a couple of runs forward as the Ghost on Twitch. Yeah, he has. And I think Vardy's been a little bit sloppy this season. I think a lot of times in games he's given the ball back to the opposition. Poor pass by Nico. It's still deflected wide to Matheus Nunes on this right-hand side. He'll go back towards Ruben Diaz. Nico. Diaz. Under pressure, Diaz by Joelinton. To go back to Donnarumma there, Ruben Diaz. City in a bit of trouble. Here's Gigi Donnarumma. On to Vardy, should turn here. He's chased by Nico Voltemade, but he runs away from the big German, who's chasing Vardy all down. Back to O'Reilly. No, he's talking now about Diaz. Yeah, he has been really good again, Ruben Diaz, I have to say. He feels a bit more like his usual self. I think that's because we've got a more settled backline. I do think Donnarumma makes a difference as well in that. That he's more the goalkeeper that I think suits Diaz. Oh, Ruben Diaz here with a terrible touch on the ball, but he gets away with it. Nico Gonzalez works it wide, but and he's had a wrap on the ankle there. City's number 3 as he limps away. It comes from his own poor touch on the ball. Ends up getting kicked by a Newcastle player. Nico Gonzalez. Well, Newcastle play a very aggressive midfield. It leaves City a lot of space in the pockets, and we've got that quality from the defensive area. If Diaz can find the passes through Nico and so on, then we'll unlock them. O'Reilly. Here is Bernardo Silva. Well, ball through here, and Malik Tio clears it away. Michelle says it's fantastic to see and hear your thoughts on Sky Sports and Finalis recently. You really belong up there on the TV. Can't wait to hear more of you. Thank you very much, Michelle. I really enjoyed my experience at Sky. Obviously, I make quite a lot of appearances now on Sky via Zoom. But to go into the Sky studios and be part of a live show, 2 live shows, was pretty good. So City throwing here, which Tonali won't get the ball back to City. Well played, Doku. The Tonali mistake. Throwing City back to Bernardo Silva. So far, City have 80% possession in this one. Joško Vardiol. Newcastle happy to sit back and it's City in transition, I think. Bernardo, Vardiol. Nico. Caught up by Guimaraes, but Vardiol back towards Diaz. But after City need to recognise it, Newcastle be very aggressive in that midfield. When you play the pass to the midfielder, they're going to try and win it. They're always going to try and win it. You have to be very careful. Guardiola on the sidelines looks worried maybe. He always looks worried, doesn't he, Pep Guardiola, about how his City side are performing, how they're going to perform. You sometimes wonder, are they going to perform how they want to? You see him before games sat there, don't you, Pep Guardiola, and sat discussing, sometimes with himself, whether he thinks Manchester City are going to play well, it seems like. He's Taylor Rivamento in towards Guimaraes. Newcastle play it on this wide area. Voltemade managed to keep it somehow. And a big switch forward here by Newcastle. Down the left-hand side towards Harvey Barnes. Barnes for City. Ball behind towards Lewis Hall. City struggling to defend it. Crossing by Lewis Hall to the far post. It's Bernardo Silva with a flicked-on header away. The stops perhaps City going behind there. Doku. Up against 2 here, Jeremy Doku. He can't beat either. And Newcastle defend against him really well. And Newcastle go into this one as well here. Manchester City got to be careful of that. Harvey Barnes. We know the quality that Newcastle can have in transition. Barnes driving, bringing that ball forward for Newcastle. Barnes still. Outside to Lewis Hall. Newcastle trying to make something happen. Back inside. Guimaraes. Tino Livramento now. The midfield's underrated, says Matthew Briggs. I think here's a chance here for Newcastle. A shot. Blocked away. Saved by Donnarumma. Voltemade with a strike. City under pressure here. Nick Voltemade hits one. Donnarumma has to stretch to his right side. It's quite a decent height really in the end. But he still has to make the save. Does make the save for City. But that's where you start to worry. Newcastle growing into this one. Manchester City struggling a little bit. Manchester City unsure. Can they handle Newcastle? Tonali on towards Harvey Barnes here. Barnes. They're trying their best here, Newcastle, to try and make an impact on this game. And they certainly have done so far, haven't they? They made it very difficult for Manchester City. It was a brilliant save by Donnarumma, quite right. Had to make it, did make the save. No choice about it for Gianluigi Donnarumma. It's very difficult, isn't it? The ball come at a decent height for him. And the referee is here. Not happy with something. Because Ruben Diaz goes through. He gets a little... Lewis Hall goes down the box as if there's something going on here. There's absolutely nothing in it. He sort of pretended that Diaz has fouled him. There's a bit of a shove by Diaz, but nothing more. And Lewis Hall certainly made the most of it. Lewis Hall was happy. I mean, he was going down before Diaz got near him there, Lewis Hall, which I feel was the reason why. So the referee supports Diaz in that one. It was a soft one by Lewis Hall, who goes down in the box under absolutely no pressure at all. Bit of a shove from Diaz, but there's nothing in it. And we don't like to see that in football. I mean, City players do it as well, which is frustrating. Long ball forward by City and headed away by Livramento. Tilly is here as well. Hello to you. The Pope is in goal for Newcastle, Sir Sheriff. He's too holy to score. Yeah. Oh, Livramento. Ball gone through to him, but he didn't know. Vardyle's taking a liberties in the box here. Donnarumma has to clear it away. Haaland tries to flick it onto Doku. Actually just find Jeremy Doku, who controls the situation well. Back to O'Reilly. Bit of a heavy pass, but it keeps City in possession. Newcastle fans roar at St James's Park. They want City to keep on top of them. Keep on top of City. Keep the pressure on City. Donnarumma. Another long ball by the Italian. Haaland Chow does really well. Finland international. Lewis Hall back in towards Fabian Schär. Does well. Give a rise to the captain. Skips away challenge from Diaz and from Nico. He's fouled here by Nico Gonzalez. Yellow card given to Nali. Trying to play the free kick quickly. It's not a yellow card. I don't think Bruno Guimaraes thinks so either. Well, Sheriff makes a donation. Thank you very much for that. Absolutely fantastic. You can watch this for free, of course. There is no obligation to send donations, but thank you so much for that donation. I can give you a super like there for that. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Newcastle free kick to be taken by Sandro Tonali. In the centre circle, looking to swing that ball forward. Plenty of options in the box for Newcastle, big men. Oh, City's high line means Newcastle are way away from City's box. Tonali tries to clip one in behind. It's nicely weighted. Jolinton on. Vardy forward, back into the box here. Voltemade being defended by Erling Haaland. Now Donnarumma picks this one up before Harvey Barnes can get to him. But Voltemade, Haaland, bit of a battle there. Interesting to see. Matheus Nunes in towards Ryan Cherki. Slammed into and taken down by Jolinton. A kick in the thigh of Ryan Cherki, who's not happy with that one. And the referee just gives a little bit of talking to here. As Jolinton swipes the Frenchman, just takes both legs from underneath him. It's pretty nasty from Jolinton, but that is his game. He's a player you hate to come up against, but love to see in your own side. Donnarumma. Oh, through the middle to Doku. Nice little drop from Jeremy Doku. And he's away from Jolinton. And Jolinton's trying to pull him back, but he can't keep his shirt. And Doku here. And Doku onto Haaland. Erling Haaland on the left foot. And it's blocked away brilliantly by Tino Livramento sliding in. Thought that could have been the moment City opened up Newcastle there. Diaz, but Doku finding space to the middle. He's very dangerous, isn't it? Nunes. Phone in the pocket of space in behind here. Phone to the far post here. Livramento can see it away. Clears it long and away only as far as Nico O'Reilly. Turned by Nico O'Reilly. But Doku, when he drifts into those central areas, looking so dangerous. One of City's best players. And here he is again, Doku finding positions in between the lines. And Doku finds Phil Foden. And Jeremy Doku finds Phil Foden. And down he goes in the strike. Manchester City want a penalty. Fabian Schär thinks not. And he tells Phil Foden to get back to his feet. We'll have to see that again. Doku, brilliant. Plays in Foden. Ooh, as Foden hits it, Fabian Schär slams the ankle of Phil Foden. He's nowhere near the ball there, Fabian Schär. And he absolutely slams Phil Foden off it. It's a dangerous tackle. I mean, the question is Phil Foden already put the shot wide? But I think they will look at that. Because it's a nasty tackle by Fabian Schär, and he's actually nowhere near the ball. He doesn't get the ball. He just slams Phil Foden in the box. And they are going to check this. Once again, Doku opening the opposition up. That's a horrible challenge by Fabian Schär. I think Fabian Schär there is a lucky boy if he doesn't give away a penalty. He slams Foden completely as he hits the shot. He does not get the ball. He's trying to act like it's nothing, Fabian Schär. But I think he's worried, and they've not give it. But I think he should be surprised how lucky he is, Fabian Schär there, because I think that could have easily been given a penalty. He's nowhere near the ball. He just clatters Phil Foden. And he's lucky Phil Foden didn't try and hold onto the ball a little bit more. As Tonali bursts the midfield here, and Donnarumma comes out. And well played, Donnarumma. Then plays it away. Well played, Gigi. I thought Donnarumma could have made a mistake there. He does well. Followed by Schär to Joelinton. Harvey Barnes up against Matheus Nunes here. Stays with him, Nunes. Barnes trying to run Nunes. Barnes just throws himself to the floor. No free kick. Newcastle fans aren't happy about it. Cherki lumps it forward here for Chow to defend, and he gets City a throw in there. Well done, Ryan Cherki. Playing it into that channel long to Erling Haaland. Gives defences a decision to make, doesn't it? Tonali was the one making the bursting run through City's defence from midfield. A late run. Nice ball. Luckily, Donnarumma came and did the sweeper keeper role pretty well. Ghost and Twitch like Stefan Ortega. I like Ortega as well, but he's nowhere near the City squad anymore. Bernardo Silva, outside poop pass towards O'Reilly on the left-hand side. Nico O'Reilly up against Livramento. Now England international. Doku slammed into. Referee says no foul, play on. Vardiol. Ruben Diaz. Gonna find that pass. He does wide right to Matheus Nunes. City with space again here. Nunes. Inside towards Nico Van Velez. Bernardo Silva. City passing it in the D shape around Newcastle here. O'Reilly and Bernardo again. He goes back to him. Need to find those passes through the pockets. Find Doku, find Cherki, find Foden. Cherki's literally playing off Erling Haaland at the moment. Playing like a second striker to him. Joško Vardiol here. Good feet from the Croatian. On towards Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly made a run. He decided not to play into him. Doku instead. Jeremy Doku against Guimaraes. Sips past Guimaraes. Doku with a shot. Blocked by Malik Tior. Good block, but good play from Doku again. Newcastle clip it into a good space. Vardiol gets it back forward. Bernardo Silva onto Doku. Doku again here. Doku pulled back by Tino Livramento from behind. Referee says no free kick. Good chance again for City. Long by Barnes. Doku must have AirPods in his ears, playing music, listening to dancing. He must be listening to Crime Wave, says the Ghost and Twitch. You like that song, don't you, from the trailer? Yeah, I realised after I picked it, there's a chance here for Doku. He skipped past Livramento, he hit the shot. Ooh. It hits the hand of Malik Tior, and his hand is away from his body. It's like a save from Tior. Again, that could have been a penalty. Haaland pouncing on the end of a chance here. Foden still plays it behind to Cherki. Bit of trouble for Newcastle. Livramento across the round Cherki. Cherki inside. Little nutmeg on Joelinton to Phil Foden. City keep possession. Hi all, says Danielle. Welcome Danielle. Cherki again on this right hand side. City's number 10. Wide to Nunes and back to Cherki once more. Nico. Diaz. Nunes. Diaz again. Nico. One thing I've noticed about City centre-backs, they're happy to split very wide. And today, Diaz, when he supports on that right-hand side, then you see Bernal sort of shifting at like left side centre-back. And on the other side, when Vardiol does it, you'll see Nico Gonzalez maybe shifting at right centre-back. Interesting tactic from Pep Guardiola. Nunes. Foden. Nico Gonzalez in the middle once again. He's got Bernal to the left of him now creating space with Doku and Nico O'Reilly both inside. Doku. Outdone there by their physicality. Tonali just takes it off him, pushes him away from the ball. Good play from the Italian. Alex Tio. And a good switch of play out to Lewis Hall on the left-hand side. And City now, the press is broken. They've got to get across. And that is the thing with Ryan Cherki, with asking him to go so far inside. Newcastle know they've got space on this far side, but Cherki is working hard for the team. Barnes past him. Barnes into Voltemar. A little backheel back into Barnes. A little flick away by Nico Velez, but he still finds Newcastle. And Guimaraes will switch the play to the right side now to Murphy. First touches for him, really, down this right side. A crossing by Jacob Murphy into Voltemar. It's across the City defence and all the way to the far side to fullback Lewis Hall. Picks up this left-hand side. Passes pulled back to Brazilian Guimaraes. He wants to get it in that right foot. Foden stays with him. Bruno, number 39. And away. Well, City are in a 4-4-2 shape without possession. Foden and Haaland up top. Cherki on the right. City have always pressed in or been out of possession in a 4-4-2. I think that has been Pep Guardiola's preferred sort of pressing structure for a very long time. But in possession, you actually see Foden more to the right and Cherki right up centrally alongside Howell. Long ball by Newcastle. Head away by Vardel into a position with Tonali. Doku does well against Tonali to win it back. Doku skips past Tonali, who pulls down the Belgian. Free kick Manchester City. Newcastle fans are happy with that one, but I don't think Tonali can really complain. Doku skips past the Italian. He puts his arms across Jeremy Doku. So lively, isn't he? Another 2 goals for Doku. An international duty for Belgium recently. Real top-level footballer. And he's really found his place now. And I think, you know, he's been sort of pushed out to that left-hand side. He plays on the touchline. And he has done for often for City. But now he's finding those pockets, you know, and that's working really well for him going in there. Cherki. On to O'Reilly. Back to Cherki. Past Voltemar. A late one on Ryan Cherki by Nick Voltemar. And Cherki is down holding the ankle here. And he's not happy with it. Now is it Sandro Tonali again with a little late challenge. And they're starting to accumulate these little late tackles from Newcastle. It was a stud to Voltemar down the ankle of Ryan Cherki. Did apologise, the big German, who I actually feel seems like quite a fair player when I've seen him play. He does things very much what he thinks are in the game, and he will apologise if he makes a mistake or does something he shouldn't have done. Cherki, I love a little backheel to Haaland here, but it's intercepted by Guimaraes. And City are absolutely opened up here. Tonali into Barnes, and City struggling in transition. And Harvey Barnes, and the ball through, Diaz has lost it, and Voltemar! Big save by Donnarumma again. Not the first time today Donnarumma's made a big save. Doku loses in the middle. Haaland picks it up. He's fouled by Livramento. He keeps going here. Wide to Bernardo Silva. Who's onside? Oh, he's offside, Bernardo Silva. So poor. Voltemar, a chance again. Donnarumma makes his 3rd save of the game. And he's man of the match so far. Man of the match so far. Some really good saves. Here's Sharp. Wide left to Barnes. But Newcastle do look dangerous today. And Donnarumma calling to action once again. MKC's evening, everyone. Love to see you on Sky for analysis. Nice to see all fans. Thought it was really interesting. Well, thank you very much. It's great to be on Sky. I arrived back from London at 1 AM in the morning on the Wednesday, and then Thursday morning back on Sky again on the FC show with the absolutely brilliant Tom White. Oh yeah, just pretty surreal experiences, to be honest. Never thought I'd actually ever do anything like that. So to be doing it is, yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. And thank you so much for all the support on the channel. If it wasn't for people supporting the channel, that would have never happened. That would have never started. Barnes. Voltemar took off him by Bernardo Silva. He's working hard there into Phil Foden. Back to Nunez. Well, City have had 5 attempts, 1 on target. Newcastle 3 attempts, 3 on target. Well, City have given it away again here. Sandro Tonali. Cross in. Donnarumma comes and controls the situation really well. Throws it out left to Nico O'Reilly. A foot race with Tino Livramento, who's so quick. He's done so well there, Livramento. And in towards Guimaraes. And then back in behind towards Tino Livramento and Vardiol across. And that is an absolutely special challenge by Joško Vardiol. He's gone behind for a corner. But Joško Vardiol thinks it should be a goal kick. But what a challenge from the Croatian there and Tino Livramento. Joško thinks it came off him. Not sure. We think we need to get to 10 cases, Ghost and Switch, hopefully, so it's not too far away. Hopefully it's not too far away, but we don't know. What are we on at the moment? We're on 9,343. So not too far away, I guess. Livramento is back to his feet, but he's struggling here. Well, he's just returned from injury today. He's maybe been put in there quite early. As he limps away here. I hope that's nothing serious for Tino Livramento. He's a top player. Really good fullback. Struggling there as he limps away. Corner ball. Jeremiah's back. Welcome back, Jeremiah. Corner Newcastle here. Crossed in at near post, away by Haaland and Nunez. Out to Harvey Barnes, who works it back on towards Tino Livramento. And he goes all the way back to Nick Pope under pressure. And Livramento still limping a little bit. Long ball fall by Newcastle. It's all behind for a goal kick. Donnarumma very happy with the read of Matheus Nunes there. And also listen to the shout from City's Italian, who told him to leave it. Nick Pope played it forward. The goals on Twitch because he criticised McTominay before the Denmark game because he was playing a strike enemy and took back everything. Well, yeah, I was on the train to London on Tuesday watching that game, the Scotland game, which was an incredible game. And that McTominay goal in the opening few minutes, wow. He's become quite a superstar since leaving Manchester United. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some big players, big clubs interested in him. Because he's a big player now, isn't he? He played it forward to Haaland, who makes it stick on this far side. He, away from Fabian Schär, who gets a pull on the City's number 9. Kelvin's here as well. Welcome back, Kelvin. A little bit late, but you've not missed any goals quite yet. Well, both sides probably should have got them. Lewis Holloway from Phil Foden. Then past Matheus Nunes. That's the turn back, though. Nunes recovers well. Guimaraes. A big switch to that right side to Tino Livramento. There is Valentino. On the corner, Tonali. Nice play by Newcastle. Doesn't quite work out. It's Guimaraes, and they still keep it anyway. Lewis Hall onto Harvey Barnes. This is some of the best football we've seen Newcastle play this season, I would say. Barnes the cross here towards Voltemar. Anyway by Diaz. Foden onto Shirky. Counter perhaps for City. Shirky into Guimaraes. And it's a throw in Manchester City. And Shirky Guimaraes celebrating that tackle on Ryan Shirky. Teammates from the time at Lyon. Here's Matheus Nunes. Diaz. And back to Donnarumma. Voltemar willing to press Donnarumma as he passes it towards Vardiel here. O'Reilly. Into the space to Dock. It's a poor pass by Nico O'Reilly. Giving away to Livramento. Voltemar. Guimaraes. What a ball. City opened up here. Ball to far post. Harvey Barnes has missed an absolute sitter. Wow. Well, Bruno Guimaraes, the special pass through City's defence, completely opened up after a giveaway from Nico O'Reilly. It's fizzed across the box by Jacob Murphy. Or is it Livramento? It's Jacob Murphy. It's on a plate for Harvey Barnes. I think he'd be offside. And he puts one wide. I have no idea how he's missed that. That is an absolutely incredible miss. Could have been offside. But that is a terrible miss from Harvey Barnes. Foden here, slammed into by Joelinton, free kick Manchester City. Joelinton's not happy with it, and neither the fans here at Newcastle. Free kick City, but Harvey Barnes there. How has he missed that chance? I don't know. What an opportunity. Don't get us off the hook, says Kelvin. Yeah, I mean, how many times... Donnarumma's made 3 saves already today. 3 big saves. Nunes, forward to O'Reilly. What a ball. What a run from City's fullbacks. Here's O'Reilly. You're almost 10k. Fantastic. Sky can see the talent. Thank you very much. Well, I hope that we get to 10k pretty soon. We're not that far away. Here's Bernardo Silva. Nico. Foden. Nico. Vardiel. Diaz. Ruben Diaz for Manchester City. Back to Joško Vardiel. Diaz. Nunes. Oh, a lovely little back heel to Shirky. It's inventive. It's curated from Nunes. Here is Ryan Shirky. Nunes should keep his run going. He does do. Nunes here. Fabian Schär across, and it's behind for a corner. Well done. Fabian Schär read it. Nunes made that run into that channel. Corner City. 32 minutes on the clock here at St James's Park. Phil Foden comes across this right-hand side to swing one in. An in-swinger on that left foot of Phil Foden. Options in there. Can City take the lead? Can we score from a set piece? Phil Foden over it. In by Foden. Near post is a chance. He's headed away. Ruben Diaz is going crazy at the officials here for what he thinks is a pull by Fabian Schär. Ruben Diaz thinks he's being manhandled by Fabian Schär here. I think he's having a bit of a talk with the referee, is he? The referee talking between him and Schär. There was asked for a delay for a second to check the protestations from Ruben Diaz, but it's found as nothing there, nothing to be given. Crossing again by City, headed away at the near post by Thiaw. Nico back into the middle, headed away by Fabian Schär. Bernardo up there with Barnes. Ryan Shirky hits one on the weaker right foot if he's got a weak foot. Doesn't quite catch it well enough. It's wide of the post. Didn't catch it at all. I wanted to there, Shirky. So goal kick now for Newcastle United. Nick Pope to take it. Fabian Schär's proving to be quite a frustrated figure at Newcastle defence. I mean, he could have easily given away a penalty before on Phil Foden. I think they'll check that. They'll talk about that. It will be a discussion at half-time, I'm sure. Nico fouled by Joelinton. They play on. Haaland against Tonali. Falls to Phil Foden to Bernardo Silva. Back onto Haaland. Back onto Phil Foden. Thiaw works it back towards Fabian Schär. He's got to clear it away. Puts it out for a throw in the pressure there. And Shirky to take the throw in. Well, it's great to see all the support, by the way, on the channel and so many people talking about the Sky appearances. Well, let's hope they keep coming because it's something that I really do enjoy. And hopefully I'm getting better at. It's not so easy. Foden. Away from Barnes. Well played, Phil. The switch is on to Doku. And he plays it beautifully. Lifting towards Jeremy Doku. Wants to get going at Livramento here. One-on-one with him. Doku the ball behind to O'Reilly. Trouble coming here. O'Reilly back to Haaland here. Oh, he should score. What a miss by Haaland. He should score it. Right at Nick Pope. He just stands there and lets it hit him. What a chance for Haaland that City should dispatch there. Vardy doesn't understand what the foul's for. A battle between him and Nick Voltemade. But great play by City. Switched out to Doku by Phil Foden. Doku plays it first time into O'Reilly and makes a bursting run. He pulls it back to Erling Haaland, who's got to score. And he hits it straight at Nick Pope. I mean, it's really, really poor from Haaland not to score that one, to be honest. He's had two glorious chances today, Erling Haaland. He's missed two. I mean, maybe it's one of those days for Erling Haaland. I mean, he's still going to get more chances, so hopefully he puts the others in the back of the net. But two glorious chances. City could be 2-0 up here. Those two Haaland chances. That is a really bad missed chance. And then, you know, you get Vardy making the foul and Voltemade to the halfway line, and Newcastle get a set-piece opportunity here, and it's thrown forward by Nick Pope. Headed away by Haaland pretty easily. Lewis Hall on towards Tonali. Slams it back forward himself. Diaz missed the header. Nunes got Barnes ghosting behind him, but Nunes defends really well against him. Oh, then he gives it away. Fabian Schär just keep it in. Back to Lewis Hall. Away from Shirky. Great feet from the number 3. On to Schär. Good play from Newcastle. Haaland back there defending. Well played, Erling Haaland. And Nico slams it forward to Doku. Get a running behind it. Livramento. Thiaw under pressure. Malik Thiaw turns. Good work from Haaland though. I mean, Haaland doing better defensive work than offensive work at the moment there. The two misses and the defender just put in. There's Jacob Murphy. You can feel the intensity of the atmosphere at St James's Park. Murphy. And he runs it all the way out of play for a goal kick. Good defending from Nico O'Reilly once again. One of the stars of the season so far, without a doubt. But it's a physical game, a physical battle, you know, that City midfield. Bernardo, Foden, Shirky, Doku. They've not quite got the physical strength, well, nowhere near the likes of Tonali, Joelinton and Bruno Guimaraes. 3 street fighters, really, in that Newcastle team. Long ball forward to Haaland. It's a poor pass to Haaland. He can't do anything with it. Thiaw heads it down towards Lewis Hall. Haaland a little bit frustrated with that one. Tell from his body language. Lewis Hall. Schär. Falling towards Livramento, switch of play. Tonali. Into Murphy, into the left-hand channel. He's just kept in from going out for a throw-in. Murphy the ball in, blocked by Joško Vardiol, out for a corner. Good defending by Vardiol. think he's frustrated. He's gone for a corner in the end, but City are making mistakes a little bit. So it's going to be a corner ball. I mean, we talk about Haaland missing chances, don't we? I know it's been mentioned in the comments there. We have to remember as well, he's already scored 32 goals in 20 games this season in all competitions. That is for City and, of course, Norway as well. The guy is completely outscoring anyone's output rate in the whole of world football. And at some point, we need to look to those other players to start scoring goals. You know, Foden had a great chance today. Doku's had a chance to maybe bend one. Shirky's had a bit of a chance. Now the best chances have fallen to Haaland, but even so, Lewis Hall swings one in. Donnarumma can go and claim this easily enough. But these other players need to step up as well for Manchester City. They've got to be finding the back of the net as well. I mean, I was on Sky the other day talking about how Wayne Rooney didn't believe that Haaland is in the top 3 players so far in the season in the Premier League. I mean, ridiculous, really. Crazy. I don't know how that has happened. But I did in defence really, Haaland, say he's just so good that you just, you know, if you don't watch the game, you see he scored 2 goals again. It's just a norm for him. Just a norm for him. Now back to Vardiol. Back to Donnarumma. Ooh, City's playing himself a bit of trouble here, but Donnarumma does well to get it into to Joshua Vardiol. He sends it long towards Erling Haaland here. Shirky looking for the flick on. Haaland being pulled back by Fabian Schär. That's got to be a yellow card for him. That's got to be a yellow card for Fabian Schär. And the referee says no. A crazy decision for the referee is. Doku against Livramento. He's passed him. Doku. Good defending by Livramento. And Newcastle get it back. It's got to be a yellow card for Schär, that one. So now I lose out to Doku. Well played. And then Bernardo leaves it. Voltemada picks it up. O'Reilly tackle on Tonali. Free kick Newcastle. This referee, I have to say, is not having a particularly good game here. Not having a particularly good game, is he? He's missing quite a lot. I don't think he's one of the most experienced referees in the Premier League. He's one of the newer ones. Struggling today. I mean, how that's not a yellow card for Tonali, for Fabian Schär, I don't know. I mean, Haaland's literally running towards goal. He's got 2 passes on. He grabs his shirt and pulls him down. There's no intention of playing the ball. No yellow card. I think it's different to the Vardiol one. Voltemada's not turned Vardiol, I don't think, at that point. But there you go. Voltemada against Vardiol. Vardiol wins it. O'Reilly. Oh, skips past Murphy with skill here, O'Reilly. What a player. Into Doku. Away from Bruno Guimaraes. He's been hacked at by the heels of the Newcastle players. Here's Nico. I would play Crown Wave Ghost, but it would mean I have to demonetize my video, which I don't want to do. Here's Doku. Nico. Foden. Haaland picks it up here into Bernal Silva. Back to Haaland. Can't get the ball under his feet. Haaland. Back out to Nico. Great feet by Nico. Works it wide to Matheus Nunes. Oh, he's so slow to make a decision, though. Is it going back to Diaz? Back to Nunes on this right-hand side. I demonetised the trailer. Any money made from that trailer will go to the creators of that song, which is fair enough. I mean, even though I put hard work in that video, Nunes here can't control the ball in behind. Poor touch from Matheus Nunes behind for a goal kick. Should do better, Nunes there, really, in that area. Good chance for City there in behind. We've had some really good chances today. Some really good chances, but it's not enough, is it, at the moment? Them 2 Haaland chances. I think that one that's pulled back to him is a glorious chance, but so is the other one. I mean, the other one where he gets played through by Doku is one-on-one with Pope. Pope comes out very quickly and he sort of panics Haaland at it. Just slices it away. I think I can handle him missing that one, but I think the one that's pulled back to him by Doku, I really think he should be nestled in the back of the net. Oh, City great find to Foden. They're open up here. Foden's got Shirky to the right. Ryan Shirky pulls it back to Phil Foden. What a miss. Oh, my word. There you go. Phil Foden misses a bigger sitter that Harvey Barnes missed. That's terrible. That is terrible from Phil Foden. Across to Shirky. It's on a plate. And he hits a shot wide. I can't believe he's missed that. That is an embarrassing miss by Phil Foden. How has Phil Foden not scored that chance? Well, they're the sort of chances you remember in a title race. And Phil Foden, like Erling Haaland today, I think that is the biggest chance of the lot. That is a shocking miss by Phil Foden. We might just really rude to miss that one. Shirky. Good feet by Shirky. Managed to keep it. Foden's lost it now after challenge by Harvey Barnes. Joelinton. Nico Gonzalez chasing him, harrying him, putting him under pressure. But Phil Foden can't afford to miss that chance. He really can't. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Unforgivable miss, that one. It really is. Long ball forward dealt with by Nunez. We've got to get this goal, City. Come on. Docu's making a run behind here. Nico brings the ball forward. City they need a goal before half time. We deserve it. The chances we've created. Nico. Vardiol. Ruben Diaz. Nunez has found a space in the pocket. Shirky wide right now. Foden. Diaz. Foden. Come on, City. Don't know how many added minutes they'll be here, maybe 2. But now fires one out wide to Doku here. Takes on the chest there, Jeremy Doku up against Murphy. Doku skips past Murphy. Doku ball into the box. Haaland is there with a little flick on. It's up into the roof of the net behind for a goal kick. Doku again being our most creative player alongside Shirky. Nothing comes of it though. Frustrating we haven't capitalised on these chances. Really frustrated. So many opportunities. Nick Pope to take the goal kick here. And the stats certainly in City's favour. But yeah, I can't forget that Newcastle had some really good chances as well. Long by City. Joelinton in a physical battle with Diaz here. City ended up winning it. Well played, Ruben Diaz here. Went for the challenge with Joelinton. Joelinton had no intention of playing the ball, just backing into Diaz, slamming into him. Diaz rolled the initial challenge. He stayed strong himself. Forced Joelinton to the mistake. City won the throw-in. Joshko Vardiol. Wide left to Bernardo Silva. Under pressure here, City's captain. Back to Joshko. Back to Donnarumma. Probably going to have to go long here, Donnarumma. Does go long. Spins went to Doku. He's away from Livramento. He's pulled down Doku. It's found by Erling Haaland instead. And back in towards Nico. And Nico taken down here. And Doku running through. And it's going to be a free kick Manchester City for a late challenge by Bruno Guimaraes. Erling Haaland cannot believe there's no yellow cards come out yet. There'll be 2 additional minutes. Guimaraes very late on Nico there. But, you know, both mutual respect. But it looks like Guimaraes has actually hurt himself there with that challenge. Slamming ankle with Nico. With 2 additional minutes. I don't think we'll see City get a goal from this set piece. Like I said, 1 goal from set pieces so far this season. But I like to be proven wrong, Manchester City. So Phil Foden to try and swing one in. Nick Pope been relatively untroubled really by City's poor finishing. One that was fired straight at him by Erling Haaland. One that was scuffed by Haaland, and Phil Foden in the City that was put wide off. Foden with the ball in behind here towards Erling Haaland. Quickly off the line. Off the line is Nick Pope to smother it before Erling Haaland can just quite get there. Good chance again for City. Joelinton, Tonali. Work it wide here. And Newcastle. Last attack could fall to them before the half. Volta in behind. Nunez at the far post here. Matheus Nunez with some great defending. Heads it back to Donnarumma who picks it up. I tell you what, Donnarumma has probably been our best player so far. I think Nico's been great as well. I would say Doku's been pretty impressive, but Donnarumma, what a sign he's proving to be. To send it long on the left foot, Donnarumma. It's all the way out for a throw-in by the Italian. That's a poor one from the goalkeeper. Pep Guardiola a little bit frustrated with that. Joelinton, Lewis Hall, taken off him by Phil Foden on the throw-in for Newcastle. City just trying to see this out before half-time. There's 10 seconds or so remain. Nick Pope. Long by Nick Pope. That is half-time. Manchester City 0, Newcastle United 0. A game of missed chances really is the headline, isn't it? Both sides need to think about their finishing going into the second half. We'll have a short break of half-time. I'll put my thoughts. If you head over to Finalysis, my half-time thoughts will be on there. A little short explanation of how I feel that went for Manchester City. I'll be back for the second half after this short break.
Got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Oh, my darkest memories, now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good.
papers, pass that 808. That don't shake her. Oh, bitch, you know I'm grinding like a pro skater. Baby mama bugging, I'm so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed, I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up, I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat while I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Get hit in my section at 12, gon' find your ass way in New Orleans. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, your bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you.
So the second half is nearly underway. The two sides are coming out onto the field now. Newcastle back on the field here at the home ground. I hope you've all had a interesting half-time. I put my half-time thoughts on for analysis. That's what I've been doing. That's what I do. You can go and check that out there. Mostly the talk was about, obviously, Haaland's big missed chances, Harvey Barnes' missed chance, and so on. But at least the second half, I thought it was very exciting first half. Hopefully the second half can be the same as well. Hopefully Haaland. I mean, if City are more clinical in that second half, we come away with 3 points here today. But Newcastle looked dangerous as well. They had great chances. I mean, Harvey Barnes had a really good chance. I don't know how he missed it. I don't know how Haaland missed his either. And Nico Gonzalez as well, I think, has been one of our standout performers, really single-handedly handling the physicality, that aggression from that midfield of Newcastle United. So second half is close to coming underway. City players in the field as well. Erling Haaland have a bit of talk with Bernardo Silva there. And we should be ready. Lewis Hawthorpe's been very good at left-back, actually, for Newcastle. Both full-backs. They've got two of the top full-backs, haven't they? I do believe. So kick-off is about to get underway. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Second 45 minutes. Can City get all 3 points? Here's a long ball towards Joelinton straight away from kick-off. A ball in behind here to Harvey Barnes. He's managed to keep it in the far side. Referee says onside. Barnes with a chance here. Blocked by Diaz. Referee gives a corner. And Manchester City are not happy with the linesman there. They believe that was offside. Quick start from Newcastle. Ooh, Harvey Barnes, it's close. I think he is offside, but not by much. Diaz in the end blocks the cross. I mean, if he had scored from there, Newcastle VR probably would have looked at it and give it as an offside. Ball to be swung in by Sandro Tonali on the far side. In by the Italian. All the way through and nearly goes behind for a goal. Gigi Donnarumma, he's not happy with the referee there. Well, cross comes in from Sandro Tonali. Comes all the way past Donnarumma. There's a pushing in by Bruno Guimaraes. Donnarumma, he can't really do anything with it. If a Newcastle player gets a flick on it, a touch on it, anything, they open the score in there. Goal kick to be taken by Joško Vardiol. He plays it wide left to Nico O'Reilly. So far, he's had a really good game this left-hand side once again. He's into Jeremy Doku. Doesn't take the best of touches there, Doku. Handball, the referee says Doku's gone that hole in his face. He's been slammed into. The referee plays on. Here is Harvey Barnes, Guimaraes, Doku back to his feet now. Malik Thiaw. Forward to Liverento, who just miscontrolled the ball. It's be out for a throw-in for City on this far side. Well, of course, Manchester City. No, we're in a title race here. Liverento here getting turned by Doku a little bit. Murphy. Doku. Taken down by Murphy. No free kick. Takes the legs of Jeremy Doku. He's going to want it back here again, Doku. Doku. Passing towards Bernal's a terrible pass by Doku. Newcastle lump it away. Dealt with by Nunez, but that's a bad pass by Doku. I think they'd have a clear head there when the ball came to him. He's still frustrated with the refereeing decision not to give him a free kick. Here's Joško Vardiol. I mean, the tackle by Fabian Schär and Phil Foden in the box, what I would say about it is, I know it didn't get given as a penalty. I feel if that's anywhere else in the field, it's a penalty and a yellow card. It's a free kick and a yellow card, so why is it not a penalty? And that is the question, isn't it? Nico. Diaz. City's two, just stood in behind that midfield, Shirky and Doku. Newcastle trying to block the ball going through to them. Nico, Foden, there you are, Doku. City find it. Doku through to Haaland. Haaland against Thiaw here. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland! Thiaw makes a really good challenge on the big Norwegian. Good defending. Oh, City go and win it back here, Shirky. The referee gives a free kick Newcastle's way for absolutely nothing. Well, there you go. Haaland goes through, tries to take it past Mike Thiaw, reads it really well. Does he even get the ball there, Malik Thiaw? Well, he does get the ball. He manages to get Haaland's feet, but he does get the ball first. More Shirky into Bernardo Silva here. Bernardo Silva! Bernardo Silva! Poor by Bernardo Silva. It's over the bar. He's rubbish in front of goal. I don't think we need to be surprised by that. Found by Shirky. Bernardo Silva blazes it over the bar. Should score, doesn't score. It says about the screen 1 minute. You should make it an actual 46 minutes. Yeah, I've tried to do that, but I don't know how to do it. Maybe somewhere I'll be able to get it. But I mean, I've had the exact same stuff since I started this 5 years ago. To be fair, maybe I mean update the graphics, but maybe update the scoreboard. Just don't know how to make it do the 46-minute mark. I can only get it to count to 60 minutes, and then it goes back to the start again. I can't make it say 90 minutes, frustratingly. Foden here, foul in the midfield onto Shirky. Bernardo Silva, Ryan Shirky. Shirky, ball in towards Foden, Bernardo Silva, but Guimaraes there. Bernardo fighting for it, it's out for a goal kick. What should change when you're making Pep's shoes, says Matthew? Ooh, that's a difficult one. I think tactically everything's right. I think tactically everything's perfect. I think what I would do is I would I think I'd, if I had to, I might get Bernardo. You could take Bernardo off for Rangers, but I think that would really affect the balance of the team. And the Rangers also wants to be in the pocket, so it's difficult. Basically, you just need to tell Erling Haaland to make sure you put the ball in the back of the net next time you get a chance, really. And we'll be fine. Because tactically, I think we've got it spot on. Ball forward here by City. Nunes flicks it away. Behind for a throw-in, or is it for City or Newcastle? It's gone Newcastle's way on the far side. So throw-in to come in here. We need to get Haaland scoring. So Lewis Hall to take this throw-in. Guimaraes on the knee of him. Bernardo fighting to try and get it back. Guimaraes ends up putting it out for a throw-in to Manchester City. Well done, Bernardo Silva. That's why you don't take him off. He does stuff like that. You know, quite often as fans, we often look about on-the-ball work. Oh, Shirky, lovely touch away from Haaland. Bernardo does it back as well. Fantastic little flicks and tricks here by City. Foden. We always worry about on-the-ball work, but sometimes off-the-ball work is big as well. And you forget what Bernardo brings. I mean, Bernardo's not the biggest, but he doesn't half work hard to try and win duels. Tajani Reinders doesn't win duels. A foul by Tonali on the back of Jeremy Doku here, who's gone down. Probably still no yellow card for Tonali. Doku's not happy. Tonali comes to the back of Jeremy Doku after kicking his ankles. No yellow cards given at all in this game, which is an interesting one from the referee. So the City players are asking why not. And the referee has explained to Bernardo Silva that he's not brought his cards with him today, so he isn't giving any out, so accept it. I forgot my cards, just how it goes. I'd bring on Bob making captain and making number 10, says the Ghost on Twitch. That's probably why you're not sat in Pep Guardiola's seat, but neither of us are, because we all think we have these ideas, don't we? And as fans, we obviously have these ideas, and we think things. I mean, obviously, I know that's a bit a satirical one, but we have these ideas what we think should be done, and sometimes things seem glaringly obvious. Maybe that's the way they should do things, but it's very difficult, isn't it? The reason why they paid so much money is because they make these big decisions. Nunes, Foden, swung on by Phil Foden here. Vardy at the far post, anyway by Newcastle, but Silva takes it down. Flicks it back onto Nunes. He's tries to play a ball behind towards Doku. It's a lovely pass to Doku. Takes it really well first time. He's gone past Jacob Murphy. And now the referee says that he's offside. It seemed tight, that one. Have to see it here. Nunes works it out to Doku. Ooh, it's tight. He's probably about as much offside as Harvey Barnes was before that, but that led to a Newcastle corner. Eagle-eyed from the linesman to pick that one up. So it'll be taken by Nick Pope. Pep Guardiola's unhappy on the sideline. Long by Pope and forward. Voltemar against Diaz, good header by Diaz. Shirky flicks it onto Haaland here, and Fabian Schär comes through it. Tonali's got a bit of a battle here with Vardiol. Nico Riley picks it up and clears it away straight into Tonali. Falls to Phil Foden. It's gone behind for a throw-in. Well played, Nico O'Reilly. He really is a top player, isn't he, Nico O'Reilly, I have to say. And at left back, he seems to have found his role. I know that maybe long term he's probably a midfielder, but for now I wouldn't move him away from left back at all. Nico Gonzalez, good play. O'Reilly. Foden. Well played. Shirky. Fantastic from City. On to Bernardo Silva. Very interesting, isn't it, Nico O'Reilly? Ryan Ant-Nuri's not even getting a game. Nunes into the box here by Nunes, away by Fabian Schär. Good chance. Low cross by Nunes, tried to put it low and hard for Haaland, but Fabian Schär defends it well. Have Newcastle produced anything in the second half, says Matthew? No, not quite. They had a good chance from a set piece that sort of flew past Donnarumma in the corner. Nunes in behind to Shirky here. Shirky cross the box into the hands of Nick Pope. Good chance. Bad execution, maybe. Newcastle on the counter it. Harvey Barnes. Onto Jacob Murphy. Guimaraes. Looking to go left to Lewis Hall. Just slows things down, the Brazilian. And he plays a ball behind to Voltemada. It's cut out by Diaz, but nice one again. Nico. Pressure. Doku. Tonali goes and wins that battle. Gets across the turf very quick, doesn't he, Tonali? Every tackle he goes in for, he's really found that sort of ability to play that way. I think he was that player anyway in Serie A, of course, but him, Guimaraes and Joelinton, in a sense, are all very similar profiles for off-the-ball work. Work very hard, want to go in for every tackle, win every ball. And they offer little bits of different things on the ball, different elements. Joelinton's great at sort of bursting into the box, getting into areas. Guimaraes, fantastic pass to Tonali as well, but maybe works better a little bit deep. As flip one in behind it to Murphy by Newcastle and way offside. Murphy then kicks it away. Newcastle only have 8 subs. I think they do, yeah. Whichever are on the sheet there are the subs that have been made. Well, Johan Visser is in the stands here for Newcastle. Signed for what, 55 million from Brentford. Could have got him on a free transfer in the summer. He's yet to play a single minute for Newcastle. He's about to go to the Africa Cup of Nations. He could get injured there again and not play at all. I mean, it's going to cost him a lot of money. He could have got him on a free transfer. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. I knew he's a midfielder in my eyes, Sister Ghost and Twitch. Well, he could be. He certainly could play there. But whether that's where he sees his future, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I knew he's a very good player as well. I wouldn't worry too much about him not being in the City side. I think he will find it. He'll get his opportunity there at left back. But at the moment, just Nico O'Reilly's playing so well, he can't get in there. Maybe because, you know, that's just the way it works sometimes. Throwing for Tino Livramento to take. Taking his time here. City pressing. And Joelinton. Back to Fabian Schär. Lewis Hall. Long and forward by Hall. And the Chester Nunes away from Barnes and then into Nico. Good pass, good touch as well. And here's Bernardo Silva. And City got a chance. And here's Bernardo into Doku. Doku, a terrible touch by Jeremy Doku. That's really poor from Doku. Should do a lot better than that. Really should. Thoughts on Liverpool today, says Matthew. Yeah, I mean, Arne Slot. He's getting a ball in by Murphy to Voltemada. What a save by Donnarumma. What a save by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Ball in by Murphy. On a plate for Voltemada. What a save by Donnarumma. Somehow it's hit low in front of him and he gets it up and over the bar. Brilliant save by Gianluigi Donnarumma. How does he get that up and over the bar? I don't know. Brilliant from Donnarumma. Absolutely. I mean, he's man of the match today, isn't he? Surely. What more can he do? He's been unbelievable. Absolutely class from Donnarumma. City need to go and put the ball in the back of the net and stop this messing around now. Otherwise, Newcastle are going to punish us because Donnarumma can only save so many. How is he only 25 million? I know. They were talking about signs of the summer on Sky on Wednesday, and I said, Donnarumma cost 26 million, I think I said. Champions League winning goalkeeper, 26 million. Yeah, Liverpool, they're in a bad state, aren't they? I think they'll come back, though. They've unbalanced the team with the signs they've made. Once Slot sort of works it out, I think they'll be fine. I do. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, you might not feel at the moment. I mean, a 3-0 defeat to Forest is bad. But there's a way back. Doku pulls it back to Foden here. Phone to the far post. Hold attacks it! Heads into the ground right at Nick Pope. Chance again for City. Wasted again by Manchester City. Haaland beats Shah in the air. Heads it straight down out. That's chance again. Chance again. So many chances we're missing. Voltemada, great challenge by Ruben Diaz. Nice and physical in the halfway line. On Nico Gonzalez. He's been class again, Nico. Doku goes down, a foul from Tonali. I have to say, he's done really well, Nico, in midfield. Tonali fouls Jeremy Doku again. Still no yellow card for Tonali. He makes his 7th foul of the game, it feels like. Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Bernardo. Diaz. But I think at the moment, Nico Gonzalez, Donnarumma, been my 2 best performers. O'Reilly a close third. I mean, Bernardo Silva's just been slammed into by Joelinton there. That's a yellow card, but he's not going to get one. That is a yellow card for Joelinton, but he won't get one. He's just slammed Mr. Bernardo Silva off the ball. And he still hasn't got a yellow card. I mean, what is the referee thinking here? He's absolutely lost the game here, the referee. Because he's letting stuff go time and time again. He's lost it. That is it. He's absolutely lost it. He's trying to talk to Joelinton. He's trying to talk to these players. Get the yellow card out and get it over and done with. Rather than just keep delaying it time and time again. It's crazy. It's really poor refereeing. I do not know what the referee is thinking. But he always seems to want to talk his way out of problems, this referee. Newcastle have committed 9 fouls to City's 4, says Matthew. There you go. And neither side. I bet. How much do you want to bet the first yellow card goes City's way? Because I bet it does. Followed by Bernardo Silva. Left hand side to Jeremy Doku. It's a nice ball again. Doku against Livramento. Doku inside. Foden. Nico. Onto Bernardo. Elanga's warming up. Yeah, but I mean, he might be quick, but he ain't good at putting the ball in the back of the net, is he? I'll bet a tenner. Well, we don't encourage gambling here, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel City will get the first yellow card. Doku is getting booed here by Newcastle fans for being fouled now. Here's Ryan Cherki, but it's just so frustrating, isn't it? You know City are going to get the first yellow card. You can sense it. Bernardo. Nico. Cherki, poor pass. Pings away, Bernardo back wide to Nunes here. City sustain that pressure, but it's becoming difficult. Becoming scrappy a little bit. Cherki. Foden turns, chance! Foden balloons it over the bar. That is terrible, I Phil Foden. I'd get him off for that one. Shocking. Honestly. I mean, that is terrible from Phil Foden. It's so bad. There's Doku in space, Haaland in space in front of him. He goes for goal, and he just hits it straight over the bar. It's absolutely nowhere near ever going in. And it's poor. It's so bad from Phil Foden. City's got 12 attempts to Newcastle's 4 here. And it's 0-0. And we've only got ourselves to blame. Really poor. I think it's going to cost us today. I genuinely feel it's going to cost us today now. After that, another chance missed by Foden. I'm starting to worry. Joelinton flicks the header onto Voltemada. Riley gets it away. And as far as Joelinton again. Guimaraes. Good feet. Barnes. Guimaraes. City in trouble here. Bruno Guimaraes. Harvey Barnes! And there you go. Newcastle goal. It's been coming. 1-0 Newcastle. And you know what? We deserve that. We absolutely deserve that. If you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you can't be champions. And Manchester City have been shocking today in front of goal. And we're 1-0 down to Newcastle now, and deservedly so. Harvey Barnes the goal. He missed the sitter in the first half. He's not missed that one there. And City can only look at themselves. They can only look at themselves here. Erling Haaland's trying to motivate them. We could be about 5-0 up here. Could be about 5-0 up. Well, there you go. Barnes, the turn, onto Guimaraes, fantastic for the midfielder. Back to Harvey Barnes, who dispatches it, unlike Phil Foden, into the back of the net. 4 huge chances missed by City. We've only got ourselves to blame. No chance. We've only got ourselves to blame here. I wouldn't say we're bad defensively, but we should have scored here 4 goals. We should be 4-0 up. We should be 4-0 up. It's terrible from City in front of goal. And there you are. Newcastle have the lead now. And now we've got to come back from behind. And Pep Guardiola is frustrated. He knows it. Pep Guardiola is absolutely livid. He's punching the seat. He knows it. We should be 4-0 up. And now we're 1-0 down. And it's why this is where the questions of City side will be asked now. Should we have... Oh, City give it away in the midfield again here. We've lost our heads. Voltemada. Turns. Joelinton. Dribbles away from Doku. He just stops the play. Free kick Newcastle. Should Manchester City sign another forward? I mean, there is rumours of Antoine Semenyo in January. £65 million release clause. Do you go make that deal happen? Because on today's, you can say, listen, there's only one man in our team that can put the ball in the back of the net. And if you can't, that's it. Free kick City offside. When we go a goal down, we can't get level. We didn't equalise it. Yeah. I'm starting to doubt the City side here. Because we should be 4-0 up. Well, Arsenal fans will be loving this one, won't they? And rightfully so. Nico. Foden. Get that ball into the space and let's get some goals now. We cannot keep missing these chances. Jeremy Doku. But you've given Newcastle something to hang on to. Doku. Terrible pass. So now he wins it back. Pressure from O'Reilly. Given away. Back to City. Nico. Shirky. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. City in trouble here. Another away game. Another mistake. Varliol. Wide to Doku. Doku then crosses it in here. Haaland makes the run. Thiaw puts it behind for a corner to City. But that means no goals. That obviously means no goals. We don't score from set pieces. We do not score from set pieces. Frustrating. Corner ball to be taken. Swung in by City. Voltman heads it away. It's the far post of Doku. Doku swings into the far post. It's Haaland and Diaz in there. City miss it. Shirky. Cross the box away. Diaz on a volley. Oh! What a hit by Ruben Diaz. I mean, it don't go in like an absolute screamer. But he hits... the way he lines up to that shot. He lines up to it. I mean, someone said, when's Diaz going to score again? There you go. He runs up to this one, Diaz. He shifts his body so well. And you think he's about to hit an absolute screamer. I mean, it looks like he's busted his nose in the process. And he hits it on a right foot half volley. Into the back of the net. It's a good hit from it. Oh, it takes deflection, but what a hit from Diaz. What an equaliser that is. That is a beautiful goal by Diaz. I don't want to do Diaz dirty here, but I actually think that might have been going wide before it hit Shah. Maybe. Was that going wide before it hit Shah? But he caught that beautifully. He really did. The way he angled his body. Roundhouse kicked it. And now they've made him come off because he's got a bloody nose. And now we're playing with 10 men. Now we're playing with 10 men. They've made him come off. Newcastle corner. We've got a player off because he's got a bloody nose. And this is the referee playing against us. This feels like the referee against us now. There's a slight bit of blood on Diaz's nose because of probably something a Newcastle player's done. And we have to defend a set piece on 10 men. And now he's let him come on for the set piece, but they've won on from that. Terrible decision from the referee. Diaz is back out there and he's not happy. If Newcastle score from this, City won't be happy. Diaz back on the field corner, Newcastle. Swung in here. Chance for Newcastle anyway by Ruben Diaz. Behind for a goal kick. Oh, another corner. Well done, Diaz heads it away. Fighting for Manchester City here, Ruben Diaz. In Laurie has to come off, says Matthew Biggs. Quite right. But he should go down with it and hold his head. There's a head injury. I mean, his nose is bleeding again here now. 32 goals in 26-28 games. We need to give Haaland a break. We do. Crossing by Newcastle again here. Right on top of Donnarumma. Off the line by Vardiol. Still a chance for Newcastle here. Barnes. Off the line by Joško Vardiol. Crossing by Newcastle far post. Chance again. Off the bar. Newcastle score again. There you go. It's terrible defending by City. 2-1. 2-1 Newcastle. Barnes makes it 2-1. And City get the first yellow card of the game. Donnarumma for complaining. I told you City get the first yellow card despite the foul ratio. That's just how it works. 2-1 Newcastle. Possible offside being checked. It won't be. Still the rest of the game to come back, but it's becoming late. Oh, Guimaraes is offside. Guimaraes is offside here. I think Bruno Guimaraes, it could be offside this. Guimaraes heads it onto the bar. Comes off the bar, comes back to Barnes who scores it. He's second of the game. But it could be offside. It could be offside this. From battering Liverpool to this is Crazy's Ultra Gamer, yeah. Marginal offside, perhaps. We'll have to see. VAR are checking it. And Bruno Guimaraes is offside when he hits the head off the crossbar. So they will check it. Well, Guimaraes is offside. So Sheriff says we just need an equaliser 2-2 and we're second in the Premier League. Yeah, but Arsenal go and win tomorrow, don't they, against Spurs, surely. I think Guimaraes is offside there. And I think he will get given offside. Fortunately for Newcastle's point of view, for us, it's great. He's offside. I mean, I don't know how long they need to check it. He's offside. They're checking it for ages and ages and ages, but he's offside. It will be ruled out. I'm sure it's going to be ruled out, this, Harvey Barnes. He's offside, isn't he? Guimaraes is surely offside. The City's misses, our own clinicalness in front of goal is costing us. I mean, that's surely offside. I don't know how long it takes to check this. I mean, just from a look, the foot of Guimaraes is closer to the box than Diaz, so surely that is offside? No? Might be wrong. VAR check here, and it still goes on the VAR check. That'll be... Spurs could win against Arsenal, like 20% chance for Spurs, and the Spurs won't win against Arsenal. That'll be the second disallowed goal against the Rosa's Ultra Game. It will be. Riding our luck a little bit. What has Haaland been doing the whole game? Says Sheriff. He's been missing chances is what he's been doing. But they're still discussing this offside now. 73 minutes on the clock. I have no idea. It's either on or it's off, isn't it? It's a black or white decision. And will it be a decision the side in black and white are happy or unhappy about? Goal is given onside. Wow. I was sure that were offside, but referee says no. 2-1 Newcastle. Game over for Manchester City, perhaps. We've got to come back from a 2-1 down. We're behind the game. And that is our own fault. Poor performances have cost us. And if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, that's your problem. City have lumped it back to Donnarumma here. He's had to slam it away. We're under so much pressure now. City really struggling. Back forward by Murphy, Vardiol, Voltemada, Foden. And here's Shirky, and City going to counter again now. Shirky. The ball into Haaland. It's a terrible pass by Shirky to Haaland. Terrible pass. I think he'll be coming off Shirky. Omar Mamouche is coming on for City. I mean, Newcastle win this game. City have only got themselves to blame. We're really bad in front of goal, aren't we? Really bad. And Erling Haaland is one of the players here that's been at fault. Guimaraes into Tonali. Barnes, City opened up again here. Harvey Barnes, City in all sorts of trouble. He's took a heavy touch. Diaz comes across and wins it off him. Nunes forward towards Bernardo Silva. And kicked into Joe Linton. It's offside maybe against Barnes. Free kick. So City to make changes now. Rely to Haaland too much. All our opportunities, we should be 4-1 up. Yeah, we should be 4-0 up. So Oscar Bob, Savinho and Tajani Reinders are coming on. We're not unstoppable to Sheriff. No. And people think we are, but we're not, are we? So changes to be made now. I mean, for me, it'll be Foden, Shirky, and Bernardo probably off. So Reinders, Savinho, and Bob. And to be honest with you, I don't trust these lads either. I don't trust Savinho. Well, Doku's coming off, so Pep Guardiola's had enough of Jeremy Doku today. So Jeremy Doku off. Savinho is on. That's the first change Pep Guardiola makes. Bernardo Silva is off for Tajani Reinders. And Ryan Shirky is off for Oscar Bob. The City taking off some of the big guns here who've not performed today. I would have taken off Phil Foden. Personally. I think he's been very poor, Foden, today. Not good enough, really. We can be beat, of course we can. No, I don't think anyone argues we can't be beat. So, let's see how we do. Oscar Bob's been here before, hasn't he? Scoring a last-minute winner. And that was a City side that had Kevin De Bruyne to save us. We don't really have that player now, do we? So Sven Botman comes on for a Lewis Hall injury, perhaps. Kelvin says ref's been terrible. He's not been great, but that's how it is, isn't it? That's how it is sometimes. Here is Nico Gonzalez for Manchester City. Arsenal actually win the league now. There's a long way to go, isn't there? There's a long way to go. But obviously we know that Arsenal are going to drop points as well. But City the team to beat. If they beat City, then they win the league. I think that's pretty evident, isn't it? And we've only got ourselves to blame today. We can blame the referee as much as you want. You can say the referee hasn't been great, which he probably hasn't. But when you miss clear-cut chances like Erling Haaland and Phil Foden missed today, Manchester City don't deserve to win the game. Here's Matheus Nunes. Newcastle sit deep now. Savinho off this left-hand side. Chance for him to try and show the quality that he thinks he has. Savinho crossing to the box. It's the far post. Oscar Bob's left it. Hits the back of Bob. Back out to Nunes. Cross in. Vardiol in there for a header. Cleared away by Newcastle. Harvey Barnes. And we'll find Oscar Bob. Bob keeps hold of it well there. Back to Nunes. City have got it all to do. All themselves to blame. Joško Vardiol. Savinho. They might overtake them mid-March. Savinho makes me lose hope he can't score. He's another one who's finishing is terrible. Here's Tajani Reinders. Oscar Bob. Nunes. Nunes still back towards Diaz. I mean, City are playing against a very low block now in Newcastle. Will try to hang on. Liverpool found a way. Can City? Arsenal found a way. Can City? Savinho. The top teams have to find a way. Savinho struggling against Livramento here. Into Nico. O'Reilly. Vardiol. And we've got no space now. I mean, the opportunities that we got before against Newcastle when we were finding space, we cannot find any space now. We've got to break the low block. And we've got 10 minutes or so. Savinho. It's just the most one-dimensional player ever at the moment, isn't he, Savinho, unfortunately? And here is Savinho. He skips inside now. He's always the same pass every single time. Nunez. Wide to Oscar Bob. Nunez. City look devoid of ideas a little bit now. Nico, Nunez. We've run out of ideas. We've missed our chances. We've fluffed our chances. O'Reilly. Newcastle press. City forced backwards. Nico. Foden. Poor by Foden. Phil Foden's been absolutely terrible. And another bad touch by Foden. A foul by Nico Gonzalez on Tonali. And it's a free kick Newcastle. But we need to get Phil Foden off this field because he's been so bad. Really bad. Terrible performance by Phil Foden. Tonali stays down the tackle from Nico, which was a foul. He doesn't get anywhere near the ball. I'm not happy at all with the performance of Phil Foden. Well, here's the Harvey Barnes goal. It is the shoulder of Ruben Diaz that is actually playing on Bruno Guimaraes, apparently. The shoulder of Diaz plays him onside. Interesting. Very interesting. So they checked them all. We might get extra time to Sheriff. And I think City have fluffed it here today and they've only got themselves to blame. Being terrible in front of goal. Erling Haaland has let us down today, but it can't be him all the time. Phil Foden had so many good chances. He missed them. Here's O'Reilly. Savinho. Tackled by Tonali. Savinho's terrible. Here's Diaz. Vardiol works it wide. Savinho. Vardiol clips him behind, easily headed away by Newcastle. Vardiol picks it back up. Turns Joshko Vardiol. Back towards Ruben Diaz. Pep Guardiola is back instructions from the sidelines. Docker and Shaky being in good form. Weren't reliant on Haaland yet. Oh, and City have given it away yet. Newcastle can kill the game off. Through by Guimaraes. What an interception by Matheus Nunes. And he goes and keeps it in as well to avoid a corner. Well played, Nunes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Rangers. Rangers for City. On to Bob. City go backwards. I think Marmoush should be on here for Phil Foden. I don't understand why Marmoush isn't on, but I don't know. Marmoush should be on the field. We haven't played bad. Don't worry, we haven't played bad at all. City have played well. But they haven't put the ball in the back of the net, and that's the one thing you're here to do. Savinho against Livramento. He's useless, Savinho. He really is. Taking on Livramento, he's got two players across to him. Here's Bob on the far right hand side now. Bob. He didn't show much either. Bob, Nunes. Come on! Bob. Bob for City. Bob. Bob shoots. It's blocked away. It's poor. He's got a touch on it. Managed to keep it, Oscar Bob. Back out towards Rangers. Nunes is there in space. What are we doing? Nico under pressure from Voltemade. Bob. Rangers, we just missed our chances. And that's put us in this position. We should be 4-2 up. Nico. It's really bad offensively. Finishing. That chance Foden missed. You're not going to win titles missing chances like that, unfortunately. But it's a long way to go. But we've set the standard in the Premier League that you have to win every game. Vardy the ball in behind to Rangers. Headed away by Sven Botman. Picked up by Oscar Bob. Bob into Foden. Foden, shoot! I mean, Phil Foden can barely control a football today. Voltemade turns Diaz and plays. Murphy, is it Tonali actually against Vardiol? Tonali past Vardiol. Tonali still. Tonali. And he wins a corner, he thinks, no, it's a goal kick. Well, Newcastle haven't won a game against Manchester City in the last 35 meetings. They go back to 2019 to the last time they beat City. And today, I mean, Pep Guardiola has tactically got things right. Everything City have done has been perfect, barring Erling Haaland and Phil Foden not putting the ball in the back of the net. And that has been our biggest issue. The big sitters missed by City. Very poor. Very poor from City, really. To lose in the way we have. So Voltemada is off. Alanga is on. Willock is on as well for Barnes. So even more pacing behind. So more pace for Newcastle. A bad feeling we're talking about how Cow's never beat Pep. Yeah, we're playing better than in the Villa game. So we're playing well. City have played really well. I know that there's a scoreline. City have played really well. Our forwards have let us down. Haaland's let us down today. But I would say he's allowed to. But Phil Foden shouldn't be letting us down like that. We should have been 3-0, 4-0 up at that half-time. Barnes should have scored as well, 3-1, and we don't. And you could sense it coming, that City will be punished. And 85 minutes now, the game's gone. And Savinho with another cross in. Down at the far post, behind for a corner. Did it touch the hand of the arm of Jacob Murphy? We've been opening up a bit too much this Kelvin. I don't know. I don't know. Corner ball. Taken by Phil Foden, which doesn't fill me with any confidence, judging by his performance today. In by Foden. To Savinho at the far post here. He's absolutely... I mean, Antoine Semenyo, they're talking about him in January. Savinho gets the ball on the edge of the box. He's got to take a touch. He swipes at it and hits it a mile over the bar. It's terrible. He's rubbish, isn't he? Savinho, he's really bad. He's really, really bad, Savinho. Absolutely terrible. So Marmoush comes on for City. I think he replaces Phil Foden, which is the right change, because Foden has been very poor today. Really poor, Phil Foden. Really poor. What can we do? What can we do, City? Football is about putting the ball in the back of the net, and if you don't do it, you don't win games. So, what do we expect? Put the ball in the back of the net, we win games, don't we? And we don't put the ball in the back of the net. But City are going to keep pushing. They're going to keep trying. Here's Matheus Nunes from Manchester City. Nico, it was always passed on the halfway line, City. It's all great work if we were winning by 3-0. But we're not. We're losing. We need the goals, don't we? Here's Savinho. Nothing's going to happen with him on the field, unfortunately. Nico. A draw, City, the best City can hope for here. Oscar Bob. Matheus Nunes. Diaz. I went to Sky Sports quite a while ago after the Arsenal game and said, which games am I worried about? I said the Villa game and the Newcastle away game. The others I'm not. I hate to be proven right. Diaz with a cross into the box here. Marmoush tries to flick it on. Cleared away. Bob down towards Nunes, who's too busy being conservative. We've had 91% possession in the last 10 minutes, but it makes no difference if you don't put the ball in the back of the net. Please make City win. Savinho past Livramento. Behind for a corner. I'm from the future and City draw 2-2. Some people might say, but I don't think they do. I think they lose this game 2-1. Cross to come in from Tajani Reinders. 2 minutes remain of normal time. Plays it short to Savinho. Back to Reinders. Savinho gives it straight to Newcastle on the counter. Get Savinho off. Counters on here. Murphy. Good play by Newcastle. He's done really well. It's absolutely terrible from Savinho. Absolutely terrible from the substitute. Joe Willock. It's absolutely shocking. It is. It's so bad. It's unbelievable. Back they go all the way to the goalkeeper in Nick Pope. Takes a touch, Pope. Takes his time. Sends it long. O'Reilly forward towards Savinho. Nico flicks it on. No City players there trying to get on the end of it. No intensity. No aggression. Marmoush hardly pressing with any intensity. Nico O'Reilly. Nico just puts it out for a throw-in to Newcastle. Rubbish from City. Terrible performance. And deservedly punished for that. Deservedly punished from that in the performance in the front line. Deservedly punished for that. Throwing Newcastle. Taken by Tino Livramento. Savinho there. Vardiel back towards Diaz. City could try and get the ball forward. Back to Donnarumma by City. Into Nico. Good composure from Donnarumma. Nico in towards O'Reilly. Forward City must go now. Nico O'Reilly onto Savinho. Can he do anything, Savinho? Just something. He can. He crosses it straight into the hands of Nick Pope. I don't believe at times Savinho is a footballer. He can't be, because this is terrible. Ball forward here. Alanga. Vardiel does really well against him. Donnarumma comes and claims it. Throws it forward. Donnarumma's gone down here. City play on. Reinders wide towards Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob for City. To Gianni Reinders. Vardiel. Savinho. How much stoppage time says Matthew Briggs? Is 8 minutes. Oh, City with a chance here. Reinders pulls it across the box. It's blocked by Chow. Behind for a corner. 8 added minutes. I'm so engrossed in the game. Hoping we get back into this. I forgot to mention that. 8 added minutes here. 8 added minutes. At least we have to take a draw. Yeah, we won't win this game, but a draw is probably the best we can hope for. It does look unlikely. Cross in. Away by Newcastle. Taken down by Savinho. Savinho still. Savinho looks to cross it. Back to Reinders. Reinders towards Vardiel. Back out towards Nunez. Wide to Savinho in space. Savinho with a cross in. It's not great. Oscar Bob it comes out to. Doesn't shoot. Marmoush Might is taken down by a Newcastle player. Good defending by Guimaraes. Putting his body on the line there for City. And here's Tonali against Oscar Bob. And it's a free kick Newcastle. A foul by Oscar Bob. And Tonali will roll around. A yellow card for Oscar Bob for his first challenge of the game. How very interesting, referee. How very interesting. So no yellow cards all game for any of the Newcastle players. And Oscar Bob's first tackle of the game is a yellow card. I said it's how it works. I mean, if you look at the fouls, how have we got more yellow cards than them? That's a big question, isn't it? Free kick and Tonali's still down now. He's rolling around. Tonali's still rolling around. Erling Haaland's not happy, but his own performance is at fault today. Ball to come in forward by Newcastle. Well, I'll be going over to Finalysis to give my player ratings after this one. They won't be nice. They won't be friendly. Terrible performance. Headed away by Guimaraes. Erling Haaland heads it straight out for a throw into Newcastle. Cannot even get in the game, Erling Haaland, after his early misses. And you've got to think, hopefully a chance falls to City to get a point. You know, just not to lose, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's not likely to happen. And Arsenal going to have a big lead at the top of the table, aren't they? They'll have about a 7-point lead on City. And here's Matheus Nunes. Joško Vardiel. O'Reilly. Savinho. Can he do anything here, Savinho? Against Jolinton, just pulls him back. Jolinton gets his first card of the game here. Tonali's just lumped it away as well. No yellow card for him. How has Jolinton only just got his first yellow card of the game for just grabbing onto a player and not letting him go anywhere? Crazy, isn't it? Well, that's how it is. They get their first yellow card of the game in the 94th minute. Matthew Briggs says about Sevilla not being Brazilian. He's certainly not a Brazilian, no. Don't play like one anyway. Here's Nunes. Oscar Bob on this right hand side. I think there's more chance of him having a San Marino passport, maybe. Savinho at the moment. The way he's been performing. That's just how it is. City keep pushing. Oscar Bob. Now this right hand side he goes, Bob. Bob. Past Murphy, Bob. Bob, he's got to find the pass though. This is it. I mean, the City players, Savinho's applauding Oscar Bob. He's just got to find the pass in the box. He's too busy messing around with it. Put the ball in the box. Cross to come in here. Nico Gonzalez it falls to. Back out to Nunes. City look terrible. Here's Reinders. Balling by Reinders. Easily cleared away. Poor cross by Tajani Reinders. Newcastle continue to defend this. Throw in to come in from Matheus Nunes. Nunes to throw this ball in. Diaz looks to head it. He's been pushed away by a Newcastle player, Jolinton. Vardiel flicks a header on. Newcastle flick it away. And he gives a foul Newcastle's way. So when Jolinton goes with two hands in the back of Ruben Diaz, it's not a foul. But you do it to Fabian Schär, it is. Free kick Newcastle. Big win for Newcastle this. And Arsenal fans, you'll absolutely be loving this, won't you? And rightfully so. Pep Guardiola is not happy either. The Newcastle fans are loving it, aren't they? And Jacob Murphy's gone down with cramp now. He's got back up quickly once the referee threatened to take him off the field. And that's wasted actually 45 seconds, that. And they've still not taken the free kick here, Nick Pope. So that's 45 seconds. It was 96, then on 96 minutes. It's now 96 minutes and 50 seconds as Nick Pope kicks it. So a full minute has been wasted. Schär slams it forward. Donnarumma gets there. To Vardiel. City look devoid of ideas. Forward comes Vardiel. Nico Gonzalez for Manchester City. Well, they've dropped points before Newcastle from these positions, haven't they? Nico. Diaz swings one into the box here. O'Reilly's in there. Nico O'Reilly with a header, which is easily wide of the post, and it is a goal kick to Newcastle, and that will be that. And that will be game over, I think, and it's going to be a 2-1 defeat for Manchester City. The performance not bad until Newcastle went 2-1 up, then the performance was bad. But in front of goal, Manchester City have let themselves down massively. The key players who we called upon to do their job haven't done it. Bernardo Silva's missed chances, Phil Foden's missed chances. There's Newcastle taking the time and a goal kick once again. Foul on City, free kick. We're not done yet. City to play the ball forward from a free kick, which we're not any good at. The Newcastle fans want the whistle blown, the final whistle blown here. Ball into the box by City. Haaland's there, heads it down. City fighting for it. Oscar Bob. Terrible from Oscar Bob. Absolutely terrible from Oscar Bob. A Newcastle counter and a Langren behind towards Nunes with a great challenge again. He's probably one of the bright sparks of this team, to be fair, Nunes today. Full time, big win for Newcastle. Manchester City, have they just ended their own title race? There's a long way to go. Arsenal will beat Spurs this weekend. It's an embarrassing performance in the front areas, but I wouldn't say in terms of all-round performance it was that bad. City didn't kill their chances off, and you get punished for it. Deservedly so. And when the other team is better, sometimes you just have to accept it. And Newcastle put the ball in the back of the net. That is what football is about. I will go over to analysis now to give my analysis to the team. The City players look dejected. They should be. They should be unhappy with themselves there. Pep Guardiola got things right. The City players didn't. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you're not already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll be back for the next away game, whenever that is. The City players can't be happy. I mean, Erling Haaland's all smiles, so clearly he's happy with his performance, where he absolutely missed a lot of sitters. That's possibly... It's obviously Arsenal's titles to lose, isn't it? And Arsenal now, surely, should be growing in confidence. We'll see you all for, hopefully, a City win next time.